Okay, we are in A2Further maths here. This is chapter 7 and we're in the middle of our reduction formula. Example 2, we were finding a reduction formula for sine to the power of nx, which we've got, and we're going to use it then to evaluate these here, and hopefully you'll see then how this all works out. So part A, I hope you realise then we have I7, and we're letting that equal pi over 2 sine 7x dx. Our reduction formula says that I to the n equals n minus 1 over n upon I n minus 2. So that means we know that I7 is equal to 7 take away 1 over 7 multiplied by I5. So how do we tidy that up? That's going to be 6 over 7 upon I5. I5, of course, then is going to be 5 take away 1 over 5 times I3. So starting to tidy up a bit more. 6 over 7 upon 4 over 5. Our I3 then is going to be 3 take away 1, which is 2 over 3. 2/3 and I1. So let's calculate I1 because it should be very straightforward. I1 is the integral between pi over 2 and 0 of sine x dx. We know that. Let's integrate sine x, you get minus cos x, and that's between pi over 2 and 0. Sub in pi over 2, you of course get 0, and then minus 1. So the answer then that was 1. So I to the 1 is 1, so we're just going to times that by 1. So I to the 7, or I7, is 6 over 7 times by 4 over 5 times by 2 over 3 times by 1. We can tidy up a few different bits and pieces there, but I think we end up with, what if we cancel that side? 2, that goes 1, everything else is going to go. 2 times 4 times 2, 16 over 35. So with doing very little integration at all, we are able to work out then our integral sine 7. Let's look then at part B, which is 8. It's slightly different actually for even numbers, and you'll see how this one works out. Let me rearrange a few things here. So this is part B, and of course we know I8 integral between pi over 2 and 0 of sine 8x dx. So using the same format as before, I8 is going to be 7 over 8 I6. So that's going to be 7 over 8 upon 5 over 6 I4, which is going to be 7 over 8 on 5 over 6 I4 is of course 3 over 4 times I2. 7 over 8, 5 over 6, 3, 4, and I2 is 1 over 2, I0. I0 again we can work out. I0 is the integral between pi over 2 and 0 of sine to the power of 0x dx. Anything to the power of 0 of course is 1, so it's the integral between pi over 2 and 0 and 1 dx. And if we integrate that we get our x, and we sub in pi over 2, so I0 just equals then pi over 2. Therefore I8 above 7 over 8 upon 5 over 6 upon 3 over 4 1 over 2 upon pi over 2. Normally I've cancelled out what the actual answer to this one is, but let's see if we can work it out. That goes to a 2, that goes to a 1. 35 pi is on the top, isn't it? 8 times 2 is 16, times 4 is 64, times 2 is 128, times 2 then is 256, I think, is the answer then to that.